This is part one of Dona Nobis Pacem. For purposes of this tutorial, I will assume that one, you know how to read a tablature, and two, you have the music. If you don't know how to read a tablature, refer to Intro to Imagine. There's a pretty good explanation at the beginning of that tutorial of how to read a tablature. And if you don't have the music, email, call, text, and I will give you access to it. All right, I'm going to play this through once, slowly, and then we'll break it down measure by measure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the first two measures have the same rhythm and same picking pattern. So we're going to pluck the second string, then the third string, then the first string, and we're going to go index, thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle. So index on the second string, thumb on the third string, and middle on the first string. And it's 1 and 2, 3. So you need to let that last note ring for 2 beats before you get into position for the next measure. Otherwise, you're going to cut off that third beat. So first fret, index finger on the second string. And then the next measure is going to have your ring finger on that same second string, and then you'll just shift your index to the first string and repeat the same pattern. So let's play that together. So we start out 3, and then do your shift 3, right? You need that last beat to ring. One more time. Okay, so the next 6 measures, we're going to use an alternating finger picking pattern. So it's just going to go, it doesn't matter whether you start with your index or your middle, whatever's most comfortable, but I just kind of go pick, 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 or pick, 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 pick. And when I pick, I let my finger rest on the next string afterwards. I kind of go dun, 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 or whatever it is. So let me just demonstrate on the third measure. So it is open 3, 1. Okay, so all right, so it's first string, second string, second string. So let's take those 3 measures together again. Lift the index. I still have my third finger down. Third fret ring finger. I left it from the previous measure. Okay, so let me do that again because I explained in the middle of it. Shift. Lift the index, leave the ring. And then the next measure is just simply repeating that second string, first fret, and then open, right? So we'll play that entire system now. Shift, lift index, okay, so in the midst of all that, I played a note that didn't like rest on the string, and it didn't sound as good. So kind of play around with it so that you know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, so then the next system, this is going to be the hardest, probably 2 measures in the entire 3 parts. So I would highly recommend that you do not move on to anything else until you get those 2 measures, and that you really need to memorize it. I'm going to try to make it a little easier, but this is how it's going to go. So it's almost all on that first string. You're going to go pinky on the 5th fret, middle finger on the 3rd fret, index on the 1st fret, and then you're going to have an open, and then you're going to go to the 2nd string, 3rd fret for the last note. Okay, so it's going to go dun, 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 dun. And I use my ring finger here. And then right after that note, you're going to have 3rd fret 1st string. So it's a good way to remember, after you play this, you're just going to put your pinky down. Or when you put this down, you can put them both down. And then you'll that'll be a cue to what your next note is, right? So it's going to go. And then we're in the next measure, and I have my pinky down. Okay, so it's going to go. And then it's 1 on that same 1st string. So I lift the pinky, have my index finger down, but I keep my ring finger anchored. Okay, so we're going to 1, open, and then it's the next measure. You repeat the open, and then you're back to the 2nd string. Okay, so when you went from the pinky on the 3rd fret, right, you're going to go, and you still have your ring, you have both of these fingers down. Pinky, lift the pinky, make sure the index is down, and then 3, I think I missed a note, sorry. And then index on the 2nd fret, open, and then index back on the 2nd, not 2nd fret, sorry, 2nd string, 1st fret. So we'll do that very slowly. So I'm going to call out the frets. You'll just have to figure out the strings. 5, 3, 1, open. And then I'm going to put these 2 down. And actually, if you want to put your index finger down here on the 1st fret, 1st string, that might be helpful, because you're going to go 3, this is all on the 1st string, 3, 1, open. And then open again. And then now you're on the 2nd string. That's 3, 1, open, 1. All right, let's do that whole 2nd system. All right, so I did try this formation for that. All right, so do not move on until you get measure 5 and 6 down. Again, those are the 2 hardest measures in the entire song. So let's take it from the top. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Okay, here we go. Oop. All right, had a little goof, but I'm not going to do this again. So wait for part 2.